Everybody, and good evening. It's Tuesday Tidbits time again, and we have a lot to talk to you about today. So I'm just going to get started. First, last week was eventful. If you notice, we didn't do a Tuesday Tidbits. I was actually stuck in traffic, like I'm sure quite a few of you were. Irma came through. The funny part about Irma, for us, last year when Hurricane Matthew came through, we were scheduled at an author event book signing in Orlando, and it just so happened that we went ahead and bugged out over there and evacuated, had a great time. And this year, we also had an author event and book signing scheduled. We were in Destin, Florida. So Thursday night, late, we left, headed for Destin, Florida. It was kind of crazy with the traffic that was out there. Usually it's a 6-hour trip for us, and that wound up taking 11 hours. But we got there, our hotel checked in. We were even able to take Bagheera with us. If you've followed any of my pages and social media sites, especially Pinterest, you've seen Bagheera keeping me company as I write. He likes to stay close. He's actually right down there now staring up at the camera wanting to know why I'm in two places. So he went with us. He had a lot of fun. It was doing great. We had the author event. At the end of it, Saturday night, when the book signing part was over, we decided at that time that we were not going to rush home because we would have been on the road when the main part of the hurricane started coming through, and we weren't sure if there was gas or anything else. So finally we just stayed in the hotel, booked it for 2 more nights, and we stayed. Monday we pretty much stayed in our room and watched the wind come in. The weirdest part was actually watching the Gulf disappear. About 20 yards of the Gulf vanished and just left the beach sand underneath it, which we had never seen happen before. So that was strange. So we had a great time in Destin. Tyra Wild's another fantastic event. Thank you for joining us. And we just made it home again. 6 hours, took 12 hours to get here. And Sarah, I see you waving at bags. I'm sure he appreciates it. He's still staring at the screen. So what's happening? Where am I going to be next? In 2 weeks, and we'll do a Tuesday Tidbits before then, but just to give you a heads up, in 2 weeks I will be at Orlando, Florida, at the Westin, I believe, and we'll be attending Indie Book Fest. It's a 3-4 day event. There'll be panels, reader panels, author panels, workshops. We're going to have a nice dinner and book signing, 3 to 6 that afternoon. The book signing is free. If you're in the Orlando area, look us up. Look up Indie Book Fest on Facebook. Join the group and come out and visit us and say hi. We'd love to meet you. We actually met several of my rascals this past time at Destin as well, and I always love meeting members of my readers group, and that was fun. Now, what else are we doing? Behind the Mask, which is out for pre-order, 99 cents on Amazon only right now, is actually went for the paper book formatting. The ebook is finished, it's done. Now it's just a matter of getting it in print, and that'll be coming out. We're looking to have it submitted to CreateSpace here within the next day. So the wrap of the cover is being worked on. Thank you to Terry Edney for doing that for me. Thank you to Sarah Mick for doing the formatting of the paper book, because that part drives me absolutely bonkers, so I don't have to worry about that. Ebook I can handle with a breeze. The paperback, maybe pull my hair out. Now, what's coming up next? Taming Carla is in the final edits by the end of this week. It'll be sent to my editor. Surprise if she's watching. It's coming your way by Friday. It's in the last stage of the first round of edits now, and it'll be heading that way. Terry, I am very excited about Indie Book Fest as well. It was a great event last year, even with Hurricane Matthew, and I'm sure it's going to be an awesome event this way too. It's going to be great. Sarah, it's going to be fantastic. Now, Taming Carla, final edits. Shards of Sass. That's the book that I've told you I'm going to be doing with Millie Taten's Kindle World, Sassy Ever After. My book is called Shards of Sass. It'll be the first. There'll actually be a sequel to it called Blades of Sass. Shards of Sass by tonight is on its way to beta readers. It's done for the first round of revisions and everything else. I love the story. Hopefully I got the world right. One of the beta readers has a lot to do with that world, so they'll be able to tell me if I followed the main themes right and everything else. But the characters, I think you're going to enjoy. It's a witch, Adira, and Dimitri, who is a panther shifter. It's a lot of fun and stuff like that. Now, Under the Wrapping, first draft is in the first draft and revision. If you have been seeing, a couple years ago I published Ribbons and Bows, a short little novella for the holidays. The sequel to that, Under the Wrapping, It will be released this November on Cyber Monday. So be looking for that. We've already got a cover for it, which we'll be revealing real soon. But the storyline is halfway done in the first draft. It's been a busy second half of this year. If you remember, in June we did Green as the Grass. In July, or 1st of August, we did Waiting Room. At the end of August, we did Second Light. Behind the Mask is coming out on the 1st of October. Taming Carla is coming out at the end of October. November 9th, I believe, is the release date for Shards of Sass and all those in that Kindle world that's being released on that day. And the Taming Carla, Under the Wrapping, will be coming out with at the end of November and Cyber Monday. So it's a very busy year, and it's going to be exciting to see it all happen. I want to take December off, and at the end of January, we're going to start over right again. Now, books and chat. In my readers group, you understand that books and chat is something that happens every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock for an hour. We have authors come in, we have bloggers come in, and other industry professionals, and they will explain about their services, share their stories and their books with us. And that happens again this Wednesday night, tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, with Vanna Rain, I'm sorry. So fantastically, she's done a lot for me in the last 3 or 4 years. And she's just got a dynamic service with everything she does for authors. So if you're an author, you may want to come check her out as well if you haven't already. She's very well known. We're going to enjoy having her there. Now, let's get to your questions. Alana asked, if I wasn't a writer, what would I like to be? Or what would I be? I would be very frustrated, extremely frustrated. I just have always written. It's been my escape for everything, especially high school. If I couldn't do that, probably something in the dramatic arts, probably theater or something like that, because I love theater. And Brooke, hello to you. Thanks for saying hi and stopping by. The next question is, Sam asked, which of my books would I like to see turned into a movie, and who would I picture playing the main character? I'm not sure if too many of my erotic romances would make a good movie as far as the general public. It's got some great storylines and romance. They took that out to be, well, 50 Shades did it, so I'm sure some of mine would be fantastic. The book that I would love to see be turned into a movie, however, a series, even a TV show, would be Reaping the Harvest. Who would play the main character? That I couldn't tell you. I don't have a vision for him. I've got an image of him, but I never use actors to portray my character, so I'm not sure who I would pick. Maybe Chris Pine would be really good. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. Reaping the Harvest, though, would definitely be Warrior of the Way series. Definitely what I would like to see. Finally, Kathy asked, with the holidays coming up, how do I manage to balance all of the holidays and the family events that go with it with my writing? And to be honest with you, Kathy, I manage it very poorly. That's why I take December off. I piddle with my writing here and there, but we are so busy with everything that we do just in the month of December. We do an annual tree trimming party at the beginning that kicks it off. We have family in for Thanksgiving. I usually have children coming in from college around for a week or so around the Christmas holiday, and then we have New Year's parties and everything else. We're shopping and everything else. I usually just take December off. I hardly ever do anything of serious structure during that month. Now, I will constantly work here and there on different stories, but I don't add any main structure or plan on releasing anything during that month. Ravanna Rain asked, is any of your characters based on the beautiful ladies in your life? If I told you that, they'd probably hurt me. There are bits and pieces of several of the people that are important to me in my characters. I cannot point to one and say that's her, or that's him, or that's one of my kids, or anything else. Their strength and their loyalty and their love for the people in their lives is what I base my characters on. And that way, the people that are around me are very much in my stories. I derive the themes a lot from what happens in our lives. So yeah, in a way they are, but there isn't any one character that's based on any one person. That way it keeps me out of trouble. Now, let's take a look. I think there's a couple more questions that just came in. Let me look at one of them now, and then we'll get to you. I I got somebody behind me writing them down real quick. She hasn't shown me yet, but she is writing. So hold on one second. And if you've noticed, I added a board up here. We changed it from last time. I don't know if you paid any attention to that or not. It's the first time we've done this in my office for a while, but that has my works in progress up for the rest of this year in 2018. My to-do list I do every day and week and every month. And then it also has goals that we're setting. That's helping me keep structured. This blank wall, by next week, you're going to see pictures and covers hanging up over that, and it'll be neat. We're just totally redoing my entire office right now, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So, let's see what else we got real quick. Sarah, does writing energize you or exhaust you? It does both. I am very tired at the end of the day if I am constantly working on my manuscripts. It does have a draining effect, but it also energizes me because I get so excited about the stories and the characters and what's happening. And Kim, thanks. I'm glad you're watching with this. We'll do one more. Have I ever made myself cry from my own writing? Yes. Honestly, the end of Reaping the Harvest made me cry, as did the end of Lore Master, for totally two different reasons. There are some scenes that I've written. The background of Buttercup made me cry when I wrote it and came up with it, especially with the revision. And then there's in To Be Cherished, which is coming out. There are things in there that made me cry as well. I think if I can affect myself, then hopefully I can affect the readers that are doing it. And that's another episode of Tuesday Tidbits. I'm so glad that you're watching us, and I notice my mom's watching as well, so hi to you. And we just love that you join us every week. Stay tuned for next week's Tuesday Tidbits at 8:30 on Tuesday night. Until then, have a great week.